Hello. Lately, I feel like I have lost a lot of my passion for life and for sex and for a lot of things. Can you help me realign on that?
Does anyone have any pornography? Well, you know, there are only two reasons that anyone feels that sort of drain of energy. One is you are either not focusing and therefore summoning, or there's something that you're thinking about that is causing resistance of what you are summoning. So does it feel to you that you're focusing energy and not allowing it, or does it feel to you that somehow the momentum seems to have fizzled?
The momentum, that's what it feels like, that the momentum has fizzled.
Do you spend time thinking about things that you want, or are you satisfied with everything that is?
I may be trying to make myself satisfied with what is.
We see a lot of people working so hard to tend to their vibration that they don't allow enough contrast in their experience that ever shoots out very many rockets of desires. And then we see others who are really on the ragged edge, who allow so much contrast that rockets of desires spew out all over the place. Mm-hmm. Jerry and Esther met a friend at a workshop who gave them a book that he had written. And Jerry read it to Esther as they drove the last 3 days from the East Coast to Texas. And the book was full of powerful, contrasting experiences that Esther said again and again, I can't believe he let himself get into that position, which caused powerful enough rockets of desires that miraculous things kept coming to his rescue. And then Esther laughed a little bit as she said to Jerry, I can see a little bit of that in myself, anything like the adventure that this young man has been living. But Esther said, I can see a little bit of that in myself in that I do comment how I shine in a crisis, because the crisis gets the juices flowing and causes the strong rocket of desire, and then the crisis causes Esther to focus. And so what we're really talking about here are extremes of either allowing contrast to be so great that it causes big rockets of desires that then you have to really focus yourself into alignment, or being in a place where you are so accustomed to things going well and you don't allow yourself to ever get into a place where things go other than just right. So the rockets of desires, instead of shooting strong rockets, which gives you a strong sense of momentum, you might be just shooting many rockets. Now, you'll hear it in light of what we were talking about earlier. Do you get the concept of a crisis in your experience could be launching future problems?
Yes.
But then lining up your energy about the crises could launch the solution to the problem. Mm-hmm. So now you're walking forward in time and you step into the problem and have your response to it. But if you relax immediately and get back into alignment quickly, then the space between your recognition and living of the problem and your recognition and living of the solution could be so short that you might not even know that you had the problem. Mm-hmm. So what we're really talking about here is focus. You're a teacher about all of this stuff, and so it's logical to us that you would be having questions about it. And have you lived in earlier life when things were not going quite so well, when you allowed the contrast to be greater, where you shot out stronger rockets of desire? And did you not make a decision that you would be more deliberate about your creating over time and that you would do a better job of managing your life experience?
Yes.
And so everyone gets to decide how much drama, how much trauma, how much soothing. In other words, we watch Jerry and Esther. They get things just to the point where it feels like everything's under control, and then something squirts out in an out-of-control place. And they're beginning to realize that this is the stuff that keeps them energized. This is the stuff that keeps them thinking. This is the stuff that keeps them asking for more, you see. So what we're feeling from you, and we feel it from a lot of students of deliberate creation and teachers of deliberate creation, is you sort of feel like as a teacher that you owe it to others to live the perfect life that you've set out to live. And we're encouraging that you don't try so hard to live a perfect life for anyone other than yourself if you want it. And just sort of let it rip. Get out there and let things sort of roll. We would encourage you to begin making lists of things you want and get a little more outrageous in your asking. Years ago, long before Jerry knew Esther and long before he and Esther had met Abraham, Jerry had a poster board in his closet where he was sticking on pictures of things that he wanted to live. And he was a teacher even then of goal setting and living happily ever after and getting what you want and positive thinking. Turning thoughts to things was the name of what he was projecting most dominantly in those days. But he kept that poster board very private because he did not want to admit to anyone that there was anything unfulfilled in his life experience. There's just something that you teachers do where you think that you've got to live this perfect life and you don't want to admit to anyone who you're trying to teach to live a better life that your life isn't perfect in every way. And we say that defies the very premise of what you're teaching, which is we are eternal and we never get it done. And perfection implies finished.
Okay.
And there's no such thing as that. So we're wanting to free you from that illusion and encourage you to get out there and screw up just like Esther does, over and over and over again. Make many mistakes from which you will make your next decision, which keeps summoning life experience, life experience, life experience, you see. We don't feel anything out of whack in your vibration. In other words, we can feel what you're talking about, that you're not feeling bouncing off the walls about a lot of things, but we think a little bit of focus will do that. Now, you tell us, does that feel accurate, or is there some negative thing stuck in your craw that we're just not talking about yet?
No, I have some little things, but
Yes.
yeah.
Nothing significant.
No.
We agree.
Okay.
Very good.